Welcome to the ReWrite, where your truth gets the mic. This is a space for souls who are done playing small, done following rules that they didn't write, and sick of living stories that don't fit who they are anymore. I'm Dr. Court, best-selling author, publisher, coach, and your truth-telling guide through the messy and the magic of rewriting your ever after. Around here, we don't make apologies. There are no filters, no scripts, and no going back. Welcome, y'all. I'm so excited to have y'all here. I had an entire script written out because if you know, you know, I love to write. I was going to have it guide me through this entire episode. And then I had a thought. The hell am I doing? That is not the mission for this podcast at all. That is not what we are doing around here. It doesn't align with my mission. Since we're not going to be scripted or polished, you might hear some stuttering. I stutter when I get overwhelmed. I've done it since I was a kid. So if you have that, if you hear that, I'm sorry. Might even forget some of my words from time to time. I have perimenopause, however you say that. So if you know, you know, brain fog is real. So you'll have to forgive me, maybe even yell into the speakers what I'm trying to remember to say. Around here, we are going to cry. Some might cuss. There might be some yelling. We're going to be sharing some really real, raw emotions in this space. We might even need a minute to just kind of pause and hold space for each other. Everything that we're going to talk about in here, no matter whether it's about grief, loss, divorce, trauma, blended families, affairs, courtroom drama, false allegations, abuse of any shape and size, it's things that have changed us to our core. We've had to reinvent ourselves because of it. So there's a lot of times we have to hold space, and I'm here to do that for my guests. And I hope that my listeners will do that for them as well. I don't say any of that as a trigger warning. I say it as an awakening. It's an invitation to enter this safe space and hear the survivors and be a survivor yourself of situations that were meant to destroy you. You're welcome here, and you are free to rewrite your ever after as we go along. So before we wrap up the short intro, I do have homework for you guys. Please don't press pause. Please don't go away. Please don't think it's terrible. I promise it's going to be well worth it. It's a mini rewrite of your own, just to give you a little taste of the things we do around here. So pause this if you need to, listen to it later, write it down, take notes, whatever you need to do to get it done and feel like you're the most comfortable. So I want you to sit somewhere peaceful to you, your porch, your comfy chair, in your car, if that's the literal only space that you can find some peace and quiet. I understand there are days that I drive into my driveway and I sit there for 10 minutes before I come inside. So wherever works for you. And I want you to have some sticky notes with you when you do this. I want you to have 2 different colors of sticky notes if possible. On the first color of sticky notes, I want you to write all of the things that you've been called or told were true about you. Whether it is or not, whether you accept it or not, I still want you to write it down. And I also want you to write down things that you've labeled yourself as. Those can be things like too fat, too much. You could have been called ugly. You could have been called a fat, ugly garden tool. I have. You could have been called a baby mama or a deadbeat dad or an ex-wife or an ex-husband, naive, delusional, the new supply, too weak, too strong. Think of those things that you've been labeled as. And I want you to write one label on each sticky note. And then I want you to stick them to yourself. You can stick them to your arms, your chest, your legs. And I want you to read them out loud. And it's okay if you cry. It's okay if you shake. It's okay if you yell. We can't heal from what we don't make space for. You have to go through it to get through it. So take as much time as you need and sit with each one. Now, when you feel like you have excavated enough of the gunk, you've read them all, you've felt the feelings, I want you to rip them off and then tear them into shreds. You can also burn them if you want to. Some people have the symbolism in burning. When I did this, I burned them. So just carefully, responsibly, please make sure you have some water around. If you choose not to do it that way, just rip them. Rip them into tiny shreds, little teeny tiny pieces. And then I want you to throw them away and make it an act of really throwing them. Okay? Then I want you to place your hand over your heart and take 5 deep breaths. More if you need to. And if you need to go for a walk, I encourage you to do that. But you have to come back because now I want you to take out the fresh sticky notes. And I want you to write one on each one what you know to be true about yourself. Are you a mama, a dad, a wife, a daughter, a son, a sister, a brother? For me, I was a nurse, mermaid soul. I'm a hugger. Are you an author, an aspiring author? Are you a coach? Are you successful? Are you a banker, lawyer, business person, entrepreneur? Are you honest? Do you have a great smile? Do you have great personality? What are some things that people have told you about yourself that just make you grin when they say it? What are some things you think when you look in the mirror? You get the idea. And then I want you to lovingly place each one over your body in the same places that you did the last ones. Stick them all around, and I want you to read them out loud. When you feel the time is right, I want you to lovingly take each one of these off. Don't rip these. And stick them in a pile somewhere. Stick them together and stick them somewhere sacred for you. So that could be a journal. Mine's in the front of my journal. It could be in your scrapbook box or your side drawer in your bed nightstand. It could be in your car somewhere. Wherever is sacred to you, that you can have that gentle reminder of the things that are true about you. So often we go through things in our lives where we let them label who we are. We go through things, we make mistakes, we make bad decisions, and that becomes our identity. We start to only identify with the negative and we start to shut out the positive. We start to believe certain things about ourselves and we start to let them take over the decisions that we make moving forward. And what we do here on the ReWrite is we re-identify who we are. We are on a reinvention journey over here writing our ever after. And I don't mean the Cinderella kind with a prince coming to save you or a glass slipper or a pumpkin. I don't mean any of that. I mean whatever your ever after looks like. Does that mean safe? Does that mean peace? Does that mean becoming a business owner? Does that mean writing a book? Does that mean moving somewhere? What does that mean for your identity evolution? That's what we're doing when we rewrite. We don't edit things out. We don't avoid here. We emotionally excavate all of the pieces that we've been trying to avoid. So I hope you did that activity. I hope you don't hate me for the homework that I gave. I hope you find some solace and grace as you did it. And thanks for sticking with me. More to come as our season 1 unfolds. I'm so happy to have y'all here. I am just tickled by our lineup this season. So stick around for my excellent lineup. I'm so excited to be here. So as we rewrite our ever after unapologetically,